An American in Austen is a pretty decent film, and if you're a fan of Hallmark and Jane Austen, then I'd say it's one that's worth watching. This was released in 2024. It's directed by Clare Niederpruem, written by Cameron Johann, with a cast including Nicholas Bishop as Mr. Darcy and Eliza Bennett as Harriet. I kid you not, she's called Eliza Bennett, which I absolutely love. And Harriet is transported into Pride and Prejudice to explore the story better and to better understand the character of Mr. Darcy and the way in which she perceives him. And this is to give her a better perspective on the character and how her views of Mr. Darcy perhaps affect her views of men in the real world, in her real world. And as a concept, I quite like it. I think it's a really fun idea. But I will say, if you don't like Pride and Prejudice, you're probably not going to enjoy this. You might think it's okay. You might not hate it, but I definitely think it's aimed at people who like Pride and Prejudice. It's not a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing at all, but just worth bearing in mind that if you're not a fan of Pride and Prejudice, you might not completely love this. The story works well enough. Harriet is a likable protagonist, and the costumes look fantastic. They look brilliant. The characters are well presented. It's certainly a very different way to explore the characters in Pride and Prejudice, and I thought it was a really nice idea, generally well executed. We also have some lovely music. Visually, it's satisfying. In addition to the costumes, we have some nice lighting and some really lovely outdoor scenes, and it's basically a celebration of Pride and Prejudice, a good look at the characters, but in a fresh and different way. If you're looking for an adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, I'd say this is probably not the best one to go with. It's probably not the best way to explore the story for the first time. But if you're familiar with the story, familiar with the characters, then An American Austen is one that I'd say is worth watching. It's ideal for Jane Austen fans. But again, if you're not a huge fan of Jane Austen, if you're not a fan of Pride and Prejudice, I'd say it's probably one that's not worth watching. But for the target audience, I think it's pretty fabulous. And just the fact that our protagonist is played by an actor named Eliza Bennett, I think is brilliant. It's a really nice touch and certainly makes it just a little bit more magical in a way. It doesn't need to be the case, but certainly I rather enjoyed that. So in general, An American in Austen is a great story, well executed, a fun way to enjoy Pride and Prejudice in a new light, and with great characters and performances, visually very satisfying. It's a decent film. And if you're a fan of Jane Austen, and in particular Pride and Prejudice, then I'd say An American in Austen is certainly one that's worth watching.